You walk into a supermarket faced with a choice. In one hand, a carton of beautiful fresh berries glistening under the store lights. In the other, a bag of their frozen counterparts, frosty and solid. The fresh ones have to be better, right? They're fresh. That's what we've been told our entire lives. But what if I told you that by consistently choosing fresh over frozen, you might be getting fewer nutrients, paying more money, and actually missing out on the very health benefits you're seeking? What if that vibrant, fresh berry has been slowly losing its power every second since it was picked? This is one of the most persistent myths in nutrition, a myth that costs you money and health. By the end of this video, you will understand the precise science of fruit ripeness, nutrient degradation, and why frozen berries are often nutritionally superior to fresh ones. More importantly, I'll give you the exact protocol to maximize the brain-boosting benefits of these amazing fruits, specifically for improving your memory. Welcome to the channel, where we deconstruct popular health myths and give you science-backed protocols to build a better life. So how did we all get this so wrong? How did fresh is best become a nutritional commandment? The story starts not in a lab, but in our psychology and the history of our food system. Before the 20th century and the widespread availability of home freezers, fresh was synonymous with survival and quality. Food that wasn't fresh was often spoiled, dangerous, or nutritionally depleted from long, unrefrigerated journeys. Freshness was a direct signal of safety and nutrient density. Then came the marketing revolution of the mid-20th century. Advertisers leaned heavily into this pre-existing bias. They painted a picture of idyllic farms, with sun-ripened produce picked that morning and delivered straight to your table. The image of a perfect dewy strawberry became the icon of health. Frozen food, in contrast, was often marketed as a convenience item for busy modern families. Think TV dinners and frozen peas. It was seen as processed, a lesser substitute for the real thing. This created a powerful subconscious association in our minds. Fresh equals natural and healthy. Frozen equals processed and compromised. This belief became so ingrained that we stopped questioning it. We see a higher price tag on fresh berries and assume that premium is for a better product, when in fact, we might just be paying for air miles and water weight. The myth wasn't born from a single misleading study, but from a century of cultural conditioning and brilliant marketing that played on our most basic instincts. To understand why this conditioning is wrong, we need to have a quick science class. Let's meet the main characters in our story, anthocyanins. These are the pigments that give berries their deep red, purple, and blue colors. But they do far more than just make fruit look pretty. Anthocyanins are powerful antioxidants that have been shown to protect our cells from damage, reduce inflammation, and most importantly for our discussion today, boost brain function and memory. Now let's use a metaphor. Think of a berry on the vine like a factory that is running at full capacity, churning out these valuable anthocyanin molecules. The moment the berry reaches peak ripeness, that factory has produced its maximum inventory. The warehouse is full. The second that berry is picked, the factory shuts down. Not only that, but the products our precious anthocyanins start to degrade. Oxygen, light, and heat are like little thieves that sneak into the warehouse and start carrying away the goods. Now consider the journey of a fresh berry. It's picked, often before it's perfectly ripe, to make it sturdy enough for travel. It's then packed, transported sometimes thousands of miles, sits in a distribution center, and finally waits on a supermarket shelf for you to buy it. This entire time, those little thieves of oxygen and heat are at work, depleting the berry's anthocyanin content. By the time you eat it, days or even weeks after it was picked, the warehouse is half empty. Now let's look at the frozen berry. It's allowed to ripen fully on the vine, letting that factory run until the last possible second. It's picked at its absolute nutritional peak. Within hours, it undergoes a process called flash freezing. This is like instantly locking the warehouse doors, kicking out all the thieves, and preserving the entire inventory of anthocyanins. The degradation process is almost completely halted. So the fresh berry is like a melting ice cube, while the frozen berry is an ice cube kept in a deep freezer. One is in a constant state of decline, the other is perfectly preserved in time. The scientific evidence backing this up is overwhelming. Researchers have been comparing the nutrient content of fresh and frozen produce for years, and the results are consistently surprising to those who believe the fresh is best myth. A landmark study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry directly compared the Anthocyanin content in blueberries that were fresh versus those that were frozen and stored for several months. What did they find? The frozen blueberries showed no decrease in their anthocyanin concentration. In some cases, the freezing process can even make these compounds more available to our bodies by breaking down the plant's cell structure. More recently, a 2023 meta-analysis from researchers at Stanford University looked at dozens of studies on this topic. Their conclusion was clear: for nutrient preservation, especially for delicate compounds like anthocyanins, frozen is often superior to fresh produce that has been stored and transported for days. The shift in scientific understanding is this: the most important factor for nutrient density is not whether a fruit is fresh or frozen, but how much time has passed between its peak ripeness and when you eat it. For frozen berries, that time is just a few hours. For fresh berries, it can be over a week. The evidence points to the freezer aisle, not the produce section, as the home of the most consistently potent berries. So you're convinced. You're ready to leverage the power of frozen berries to boost your brain. But just buying a bag isn't enough. We need a protocol. Here is your step-by-step guide to using frozen berries to maximize their memory-enhancing effects. Step 1. The purchase. Go to the freezer aisle. Look for bags of mixed berries, specifically ones that include blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. These have the highest concentration and variety of anthocyanins. Look for unsweetened on the label. You don't want any added sugars negating the benefits. Organic is a great choice if it fits your budget, as it ensures fewer pesticides. Step 2. The daily dose. Your target is 1 cup per day. This is the amount consistently used in studies that show cognitive benefits. The easiest way to do this is a daily smoothie. Step 3. The perfect smoothie protocol. Do not just throw berries in a blender with water. We want to maximize absorption. In your blender, combine 1 cup of frozen mixed berries, 1 handful of spinach for extra nutrients, 1 scoop of protein powder, or a half cup of Greek yogurt for satiety. And this is key: 1 tablespoon of a healthy fat like almond butter, chia seeds, or flax seeds. The fats help your body absorb the fat-soluble vitamins and phytonutrients in the berries and greens. Blend with water or unsweetened almond milk. Step 4. Timing matters. Have this smoothie in the morning. The steady release of energy from the fiber and protein, combined with the brain-boosting anthocyanins, can help set you up for a day of improved focus and cognitive function. For those who work night shifts, this rule is reversed. Have your smoothie shortly after you wake up, whenever that may be. Your morning is simply the start of your waking cycle. Let's quickly recap what we've learned. First, the idea that fresh is always best is a myth, born from historical context and marketing, not nutritional science. Fresh berries start losing their powerful anthocyanins, which are crucial for brain health, the moment they are picked. Second, the biological mechanism is simple: flash freezing locks in nutrients at their peak, halting the degradation that occurs during the long journey of fresh berries to the store. It's like pressing pause on the aging process. And third, the perfect protocol isn't just to eat berries, but to do it strategically. Aim for 1 cup of frozen mixed berries daily, preferably in a smoothie with a source of healthy fat to maximize nutrient absorption. By making this one small, simple shift in your daily routine, choosing the frosty bag over the plastic carton, you are taking direct control of your biology. You are giving your brain the raw materials it needs to build a better memory and protect itself against decline. It's a smarter, more affordable, and more effective way to invest in your long-term health. If you found this useful and want more science-backed protocols to upgrade your life, subscribe to the channel. And check out our next video on the 3 morning habits that are secretly draining your energy. Thanks for watching.